Hey guys, so today I thought I would take you on an exploration through the original Cubase project for the song My Home, My Grave by my band Mors Principium Est. We're going to dive in, we're going to have a look around together, we're going to find out what the hell's going on in that song, and maybe you can learn something along the way, who knows. So I think I was playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild when I wrote this song. I definitely got influence from the Hyrule Castle theme. I started the game and just went straight for Ganon. I went, screw this, I don't need your tunics, I don't need your weapons, right? I'm going straight for the castle, and I went for it. I got my paraglider, right? Stormed in there in my underpants. It was mental, all right? But the music was fantastic, and that's what we're talking about. Honestly, I was running around that castle like a madman, in my underwear. I couldn't attack anyone. I didn't have the weapons yet. I was grabbing random stuff. I was going mental in there, honestly, right? Just started playing the game. I got no weapons, no clothes, nothing, right? I'm just going around grabbing axes and swords, shields that I've got no right to be having at that point in the game, and I'm just going absolutely berserk in there. Ultimately, I got my ass kicked, but I did get a load of cool shit. Anyway, the point is, the music for that level, or that area in the game, is fantastic, it's brilliant, and it really inspired me to write this song, which I think the working title was actually The Castle, which makes a lot of sense. So let's dive into it, let's have a look what's going on in there. Alright, so as you can see, this is the original MPE Album 7 folder for Cubase, and we have the Castle organ. Go to Properties. It looks like I created this on the 11th of June 2018, it's a little over 2 years ago. And yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening in there. We've got the project open here, and I gotta say, apologies if there's lags, because Cubase is gonna have... Cubase will be able to handle it, but as I'm screen capturing at the same time, OBS cracks the shits with it. It's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be a bit choppy. Bear with me, and we'll see how we get on. I did promise that I'd go through a big arrangement with you at some point, so this is the one, I think. So long since I've been in here, wow. Hardly remember it.
I have no memory of this place.
This is chaos, absolute chaos. These are all synths, all the way down to there. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's pretty heavy on the CPU. Anyway, we're gonna have a look around now. The song obviously starts with this big epic intro, which was primarily written with an organ, and never written for an organ before, so I was very excited to do this. I don't think it's something we've done as a band either, so it's pretty cool. And that's using an Omnisphere patch. A stack of 3 playing this, sounding like that together. Actually, at the very start of the song we have this sound effect from Omnisphere as well, which is very cool. Nice. I cannot recommend Omnisphere 2 enough to you guys. As a power synth, it's absolutely unbelievable. It's got everything you want. Telling my dad, I was like, Dad, you're not gonna believe this. Omnisphere 2 just got it. It's got everything. It's overwhelming, right? It's got absolutely, it's got like Tic Tacs being poured into like a frisbee. It's got sound effects like that mad, right? It's unbelievable. And my dad comes around the corner and goes, yeah, but has it got a Jew's harp? And I don't think it did. He had me on that one. It doesn't have a Jew's harp. Okay, it doesn't have an accordion either. I'm going off topic. All right, it's got a lot of stuff. You should go and buy it. It's awesome. And that's not a paid for plug either. I would love it if it was, but who knows? One day maybe. Again, Omnisphere with the choir here. And as you see, I've automated it. So I've got the volume rising gradually. It's very quiet, so I'll just kick it in from here. And this is just the main volume here, automated. Nice little scoop at the end. What else have we got going on? Another cathedral organ here. Getting very greedy with the organs. Look at the spectrum of... My goodness me. Is that 4 octaves? I just wanted to create that really evil epic vibe for this song. I think I pulled it off. Off the low end on that. And the high end. Look at the state of it. Listen to that. Barely hear it, but it's there. That's the brown note. It's nice. I think I was just having a really maniacal time in my life at that point when I wrote this. Cathedral Carillon, apparently. Which Just doing these weird stabs. Very cool, very cool. What else have we got? Strings. And again, with like a nice swell of the volume there. Can't really hear, it's very low in the mix. It's there. By this point, it's there. Do you know what? I'm going to just play you the intro so you know what I'm talking about before I dive into anything. I think everything cracked to shit. Oh dear. What the hell? That's not how it goes. Wake up, guys. I think honestly, while I'm running the streaming software, this might not even be possible. Just totally frantic. I mean, I don't even know if violin players can play that fast and that accurately, but it's fun to write it for the virtual orchestra anyway. Then we've got the English combined choir coming in here. It's just a nice intro swell there for these guys, and then we're gonna have these octaves just to fill it out. And then I think we've got strings doing a similar thing there. Nice. Very peaceful, while everything else is going so crazy. We get to this end part here. It almost woke up. I don't know what's going on with the 11 violin stack here. They haven't had their coffee this morning. I'm not... Guys, why? Unbelievable, you're fired. You are fired! This never happens, I don't know what's going on today. I've never run OBS at the same time as a project this involved, so I'm not really sure what's going on. It's all of play, that's what's the problem. Not to shit on East-West, but guys, can you sort it out, please? What's going on? Are you drunk? What? I can't explain it. I cannot explain what's going on. Right, I've just muted the problematic strings and I've put in the wave versions so you can just quickly see what was going on there. This is what the East-West strings were doing. Crazy run, cellos, and everything in together then. And then right at the end of this intro section, just got this guy just right at the end there. Very nice, very nice. Having a big grandiose intro like this is very typical of me, and often I don't know whether it's going to become an actual song, whether it's just going to be a big elaborate instrumental or something. So it's always quite fulfilling when I actually manage to turn it into a proper metal song and not just have like 58 random instrumentals lying around on my hard drive. Now, I've spoken before about how I like to color code everything in chunks for the arrangement rather than having it, you know, guitar, bass, da-da-da. I have it in sections like this, and this is why. If I was to try and deal with a song like this and moving parts around and deciding, oh, I wanted that pre-chorus again or earlier or whatever, finding it is just a real hassle. So this is why. Some horns here. Such a nice, it's kind of the heroic horn sound. Got monster brass coming in here. What else we got going on? So the heavy vibrato choir is back. So I'll just talk very quickly about the structure of the song before we dive into the individual parts. We have the epic intro, basically this half of the grey section here. We have then that going into the guitar section. This then becomes the chorus, which is repeated wherever you see red, here and here. So the chorus effectively comes around twice after that intro. And in between, we have, I've marked verse 1 riff as yellow, and then you've got verse 2, effectively, goes back into verse 1, and it's so easy to see with all the colours. This orange section, I guess, must be the pre-chorus, and that just effectively works as a bridge between the verses and the chorus. And then you're going to hit the chorus, which you know is in red, nice and easy. Back into verse 1, and we're hit with green, which is verse 2. You might want to call it verse 3 and 4, but effectively they're the repeating sections again of verse 1 and verse 2. Back into this orange section, which is the pre-chorus, and then instead of leading us into a chorus again, we change it up. And that's a very effective tool. I use that all the time with Mors Principium Est. Writing for the band, I like to not give too many of the choruses before the end of the song. Just because I think it just sounds so copy-pasted when you hear an album that's just A, B, chorus. Or even worse, verse, chorus, solo, chorus. I can't stand it. So I like to tease it. I like you to think that you're going to get a chorus after this. And then basically cock block you. And give you something different now. This section here is kind of spicing up the bash. It's the extra section that I like to put in. Don't know what this is. When you were expecting a chorus and bam, what's this? Whoa, it's something new. I'm surprised now. This is great. There's something extra. It's not just the same old bullshit. And then this, I will then kind of lean towards putting a solo after that extra section before going into the final chorus. We can kind of see that here. That's the final chorus, that red section. This is the spicy extra bit. And then this purple bit here, well, I'll be damned if there's not going to be a guitar solo in there. So let's listen and see where it goes. There it is. And there's lots going on here. In the orchestra, not too much, but enough to flesh it out. This section is a very slow, chilled, kind of opeth-y, kind of a proggy section. I really like it. It's very atmospheric, and I think it lends itself really well to the song. It's nice. And you got this solo, which I'll crank up because it's a solo, and that's what you've got to do. We're going to lead into the final chorus now. And then obviously the chorus has all the crazy synths going on. And then that ends with a big chord at the end. And it actually ends with a quad-tracked chord. So there's 4 rhythm guitars there. You've got the 2 lead guitars left and right playing the same note there, and then 2 lead guitars left and right doing the octave above. Yeah, and that's it. That's the structure of the song. So let's have a look at what's going on inside a little bit more. Let's have a little bit more fun looking at the individual sections. Verse riff 1. That's the DI guitar. It's the dry signal, which we then reamp later, and I'm just using. Show you now. I'm just using the 4-tin Nameless Suite to reference those tracks, and I'm using Parallax from Neural for the bass. Speaking of which, there's a really nice little bass run somewhere. Yeah, I like that. Nice. Yeah, Parallax is unbelievable for bass. Such a good plugin. Verse 2 riff. It's not a riff. Big chords. I've quad tracked these to give it some more oomph. And then what we have also are 2 lead guitars, panned left and right 30 each way. This bit, I don't know why, this bit really chokes me up. This bit's, it's just really an emotional part for me. I don't know why, but it chokes me up every time, man. I think it's those lead guitars and the way the chords go. It's got choir too. Let's put that in. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't remember doing this. Some interesting choir swell. Nice. In fact, I'll tell you what that belongs to. That belongs to the riff just before this. So let's talk about that. Riff 1. You have this choir swelling as it goes into the next section. So listen in context. Nice. And again there. Again, nice on the bass there. Back into riff 1. Section chokes me up, man. Then we've got this section, we've got the choir continuing to play along with the rhythm guitars. Again, quad tracked rhythm guitars for the chorus, and 30 left, 30 right lead guitars playing octave chords. Harmonizing too. Put some of these chords in for you. Bass and choir. Let's leave the drums up for a second. Let's have a look at what's going on with the chorus. Guitars mainly. We haven't really spoken about the guitars in the chorus yet, so let's turn that choir off. Not needed just yet. So the chorus is effectively, let's start with the rhythm guitars. Very black metal, actually. So you've got the tremolo picking left and right, hard left and right. If I bring in the lead guitar left, it's just playing an octave above that. You hear that there? Lead guitar right. It's doing the same as the lead guitar left, so these two together. Just playing an octave above the rhythm guitars. Give that big sound. Very black metal-y. And then we have one in the center, and I can't remember what this guy's doing. Let's have a look. Let's turn these off and have a look. Okay, an octave again. So there's 3 octaves of guitar going on. I'll play that with, slowly introduce all the elements now. Right guitar lead. Left guitar lead. Rhythm. Rhythm, and then here you've just got a chunk that I wanted to have left and right again, so it's actually 6 guitars going on at that point. It's just a lead harmony nice and high up, so all the lead guitars and rhythm guitars together sound like this. Let's have another quick look at the chorus with everything this time. Start with the orchestra. choir. Oh! Staccato piano. I haven't touched on the piano yet. Let's do that. Strings. This is essentially the big orchestral part on its own for the chorus. I wanted to show you exactly what's going on with the piano because I didn't actually remember this, but this looks really interesting. Nice. Quite a simple piano melody, stacked twice. There's 2 octaves of that going on. And then that's mirrored with the staccato strings there. And that's pretty much, I mean, that's sort of the ostinato of the song, holding everything together. Because cathedral organ is also playing that. So that's the main theme of the whole thing. Yeah. In fact, everything seems to be doing that. And then you've got the horns doing their own thing. Got this guy doing a little ching every now and then. The strings are obviously doing something very different. It's the nice arco chords. And then you've got this nice little run at the end. And yeah, that's it basically. Alright, how could we forget this dude? Yep. Nice. So now if we bring it all together, that chorus sounds like this. Love it. I would feel so sorry for whoever had to play this on the violin though. I don't even know if that's possible. But it is possible with the fine people of East-West Samples. It didn't even work. I'm not going to plug you. It didn't even work. I shouldn't do that because what if I get commissioned later on? I shouldn't have said that. I'll cut that out. Plek mixed and mastered this album in Sweden at the Panic Room. We decided it would actually save a lot of time if I just sent him my mix. So all of this was sent to Plek individually, but with reverb. They were all wet, all mixed to my preference on volume and reverb and etc. And you know, lots of black hole and all the rest of it. So effectively, when all the files arrived in Sweden with Plek, he had my mix. So he saved a lot of time there. He didn't need to mix everything from scratch. It was all kind of the way I had it envisaged in my head, otherwise we would have gone back and forth. Oh, can you turn up that cathedral organ 2 sample by 1 decibel? Turn down that staccato strings one. No, not that one, the one that's high. No, the 3rd octave. Now the fourth octave, I think, on the left side of the tuba needs to come down 2 decibels. It would have taken forever. So effectively, Plek ended up with my mix and tweaked it from there and did all his magic on it. And that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the spicy section a bit more. Nice bass fill, simple riff, again, just strings and guitar. Okay, so when we come in here, we've got quad-tracked rhythm guitars playing the chords, make it sound really big and epic. Lead guitar line there. Let's give you just the lead guitars. Center lead guitar there. Beautiful. It's really interesting. You've got your lead guitar line playing this. Left guitar with it. So it's a nice harmony, and then you bring in the right guitar. So 3-part harmony. if I bring these up a little. Some Brian May shit right there. Brian May would be proud. Nice. And then kind of that just evolves into a solo. Lots of nice John Petrucci style tasty shit. That's it, straight back into the final chorus. I think that's about everything that's going on in this song. And if you have a look at the structure, it is effectively intro, verse 1, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 1, verse 2, pre-chorus, spicy bit, big spicy bit with a guitar solo into the final chorus, and then ending on that chord. And that's it, that's the song. Thank you so much for joining me again and having a little look around the insides of this monstrosity. I think of all the songs on the new Mors album, this is probably the closest to the Never After era, my solo album, so I feel like this probably led on perfectly to the new Mors album, and I probably took a lot of inspiration from my solo album for this song. Look, if you want me to do more of these, please let me know in the comments, because I'm happy to talk for days on this stuff, because effectively when I'm writing these albums, it feels like I'm stuck in my head for 2.5 years, and I don't really get to talk to anyone about how I approach really writing the songs, and it's all very much an internal struggle and a personal journey for myself, and I love sharing this stuff with you guys. So if you want to find out more, let me know. Any questions, let me know in the comments, and we'll go again next time. Thanks again for watching. Let me know which song you want me to do next, and maybe I can get another one going and we can continue with this as a video series. You know, we can go backwards as well. Some of the older albums got upgraded from Logic to Cubase, so I won't have those projects handy, but I'm happy to dissect some of the older songs too. You know, Embers of a Dying World was all done on this computer with Cubase as well, so we can have a look at those too. So let me know what you want to see, and we'll make it happen.